This reading is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. You want to know if things are going to go your way. You want to know if things are going to go your way. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's going to go your way depends. What do you want to go your way? What have you been thinking about? What have you been working on? Where have you put in your sweat equity? We're going to look at the general environment, then we will look at relationships, money, work, new jobs, interviews, things like this. And then we'll look at anything that has to do with the government, legal matters, state administration, pensions, things like that. So this is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're starting off with the Ace of Swords. This is the Ace of Air. So we're in the area of relationships. We have, I pulled two, I didn't mean to, but I'll keep them. We have the Two of Air, and we have the Seven of Cups. This is going into the area of work. It's only supposed to be one, but we'll take the two. We have for work and legal, we're going over to the Three of Cups. And we have for legal the Four of Pentacles. This is somebody who doesn't want to give up and they want to prove that they're right. They think they're right even if they're not right, or other people don't see them as being right or correct. With this Two of Swords as well, they're at an impasse. They're not going to back down. They feel proud about their position or proud about their way of thinking, and there's a lot of emotions behind. They're thinking more with their emotions than with their logic. This is for Gemini. It must be an emotional time for them, and them wanting, their pride is tied up in this, by the way. So overall energy for things going your way. Doesn't look like you're backing down, like you might be trying to force things to go your way, Gemini. So for relationships, we have the Seven of Cups again. And this one really wanted to come. So we have the Seven of Cups now 2 times. This is really somebody who, it's a lot of emotion tied up in this, but they want to be right. They don't want to be wrong about something. They really want to prove their point. We have the Queen of Cups. This is not typical energy for a Gemini. It's really odd. And we have the Page of Pentacles now. So I would say overall for relationships, things are going to go the way for Gemini because they're putting a lot of emotion behind whatever they're thinking, and they're not willing to give up. They're going to force this to work. It's not going to work by circumstances. It's going to work by you really taking initiative. Also with this Ace of Air. This is somebody who's taking initiative. Look at that. The Eight of Swords. Yeah. They can't let this go. They're not going to let this go. We have the Ten of Pentacles here. I would say overall things are going to go the way for Gemini for relationships, but there are some challenges here because somebody might be pressuring Gemini for a relationship or pressuring to keep a relationship or bond. Could also be family members could be putting a lot of pressure or responsibility on Gemini, and they are suffering a bit under this environment of having to do something versus wanting to do something. But in general, it looks like relationships will go their way. So for work matters, for jobs, for contracts, for interviews, things like this, are things going to go your way, Gemini. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the Ten of Swords. And we have the Ace of Cups. If you hang in there and don't give up, overall, whatever you were pushing for will eventually, it's like if you don't break ranks, if you don't break the ranks, if you have pursued something so strong with so much conviction, even though no one else believes in you, and then you start to doubt, and then you give up, for sure it's not going to go your way. You might also have to seek a new path or a new strategy on however to solve this with work, or something about your job, on your job. Your current job might be a big burden. You might need to walk away from it, look for something else, look for some new possibility, or start a new job, look for a new job, start a new job, versus trying to force something to work. If you need work, we have the Eight of Wands. If you're interviewing and need work and you're waiting to hear about the result, we have the Five of Pentacles here. And the overall, we're going to leave it there on the Wheel of Fortune. So work, I don't know, this is a little bit of iffy energy around work. I think if you're interviewing for jobs because you just want to change your job, it looks positive. If you don't have a job and you're interviewing for work, it looks to be a bit more problematic, but I'm not exactly sure why. You will have to work a bit harder and really stick to it, and then you'll have a positive result with the Wheel of Fortune. You can't give up easy, and you have to be focused if you want this to work, especially with the Seven of Cups. So for legal matters, we have the Two of Cups. This is coming to a compromise versus seeking a real legal action. We have Major Arcana, the Lovers. This again is trying to find a compromise. Two people trying to work to find a compromise before it gets to court. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, not acting brashly or quickly, looking for a compromise, looking for a solution before you go to court or take a legal action. Being open to finding a solution. So let's look at the final karmic energy for Gemini, if things are going to go their way. We have, this one keeps coming today. This is like liberation. This is in the area of relationships. Not trying to force anything, letting things run their course. Letting people do what they want to do and not trying to force their hand. For relationships, and things are more than likely going to go your way. For work matters, this is also very Gemini energy. Anytime I see this, I always think of Gemini, the twins. It's a beautiful energy in terms of work matters, contract matters, trying to find a job. This is somebody who's very focused. This is somebody who believes in themselves. This is also someone who's willing to pray, leave it to a higher power, leave it to a higher guidance, or to seek divine guidance in this area. For needing work, especially if you need work, you might have to meditate and pray about it, or send out the intentions in the universe, even though that's not really your thing. You might have to not get desperate, not let the emotions take over. Try to be more logical about it as well. And then for legal issues, look at that. We have Major Arcana, the Warrior. But I think the advice would be slightly different. If you don't have to go to court, I would not start any big legal battle, because it will take its toll on you and cause a lot of stress. If you fight head to head with somebody, look for a way to compromise and come to a solution, and I think things can go your way. Gemini, that was a quick reading. I hope you did enjoy the theme of it. If you did, hit the thumbs up. And if you like the channel, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you know when the new readings come out. And I hope I see you guys again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.